Birds, 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 birds. This is new in box. This is a 360 Elite that has never been touched. Let's open it. Skip it up and that up. Oh yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is an Xbox 360 Elite model. According to its serial number, it is from January 31st, 2008. So it's around, actually it's a little over 13 years old. If I'm wrong about that, it's well over a decade old. Can we go with that? 2008, it's now 2021 going on 2022. Do math. I suck at it. So this console is old. Why did I choose the Xbox 360 to spend a lot of money on to get new in box? It hurts my pocket a little bit how much I spent on this. Why did I do that for this video? But did I want to bite off LGR? Maybe a little bit. Or was it because if it wasn't for the 360, I may not be here doing this now. I'm serious. During the early 2000s, for my viewers who were also streamers, you probably heard this story 6,000 times. I kind of was out of gaming. I would play for a little bit, and then for sometimes years I would stop. And then I would go through like where I played SOCOM 2 every day for like a month straight, and then I would stop. Like I wasn't truly into gaming. And there was a long time during the 6th generation that I just didn't pick up a controller at all. I don't know why, just life happened. But I got a new job, and it seemed, luckily it wasn't, but it seemed like it was going to be a good gig, salary, I was excited. So I got my tax return that year, and I'm like, you know what? I got a good job now. Instead of just throwing that in the bank, you live once. The 360's been out. This was in 2007. The 360's been out. Gears of War looks cool. Let me just go grab a 360. Oh yeah, let me open this up too while I'm talking, huh? Oh my God. Get to the point, Richard. Some of you are probably like, cringing that I'm actually opening this. But anyway, birds are going to have to get out of the way. So, on the way home from work, I stopped at a Toys R Us, which was very random because there was 1,000 other places I could have got the Xbox 360. And I went in there and I picked up the Xbox 360 with the premium model with the 20 gigabyte hard drive. I think it was called premium, or just whatever, Xbox 360. It actually had the hard drive. And the game I picked up with it was Gears of War. Now, the interesting thing was, if you look back at my older videos, there was a Polaroid TV I had in there that was 1080i, or let's say 720p. But the interesting thing about it was I never had anything HD, remotely close to HD, ever on that TV until I got the 360. Now, my model was one of the last ones they made, the big fat white one, where it didn't have HDMI in it. So that one never red ringed on me. But I had the component cables for it. I had a component on the back of the Polaroid TV. And that was the first time I ever experienced HD gaming. And it was a watershed moment for me. It was interesting playing Gears of War. And I'm like, how could games look better than this? Obviously they can. 2021. Looking into the future. But at the time, I'm like, oh my God. Like, we're almost... Obviously we weren't, but for how long I was in a gaming hiatus for, to see that much of a jump was a pretty big deal. You know, to see the level of detail I saw was a pretty big deal. Now you look back and everything was turd brown during that part of the 7th generation, and there was frame rate issues. It was a great game, the original Gears of War, but you see the technical limitations now. But at that time, that was like, what have I been doing? Why have I not picked up a gamepad? And then I got Fear, and then I got all these other games, Dead Rising, which I have some of them here, and I'm going to show you, hopefully if this works, some gameplay. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now. And, so weird. We'll put that, that's the main event. Let me make sure I'm not, like, putting this on top of my coffee. Okay. So weird picking up one of those new. All right. So paperwork, make sure you don't shove your 360 between your butt cheeks because that would hurt. Don't, stick your finger or stick your tongue. Don't stick your tongue anywhere. Just brush your teeth and brush your tongue. I don't know what I'm saying. Get the most out of your 360. Get the most out of it. Let's look through this book. Oh, look, there's families with headsets on. This is a very 2000s looking brochure. We have a race pad. We have a very happy woman. We have controllers. Look at them. Look at them all. Look, and then we have, hey, let's get an HD DVD drive. That's the future, isn't it? Ha ha ha! It's not the future. It failed. I blame Phil. Then you could get, oh, that's actually cool. You could get they show the chat pad there. They have the webcam so you could get caught fapping. And then you have the wireless headset so people could hear you moan while you're getting caught fapping. DSP. I know what you want to do. Does anyone actually turn the steering wheel or turn the controller like it's a steering wheel while they're playing the games? If you do, you're an idiot. Oh my god, I'm turning left. No, you're not. There's no gyroscope in there. What are you doing with your life? Shame on you. Oh, look, here's other things. Here's other stuff. You could buy the Xbox. Yeah, you had to have a wireless adapter for this. The Xbox 360, this older model, did not have Wi-Fi built in, and I'm pretty sure if you had this, I should pick one of these up just for the lulz. I'm pretty sure that was just wireless G. So you got those breakneck 54 megabits per second in a perfect environment speeds. Brace yourself, whoa. And then you had to have this little thing hanging off the back of your 360. I remember that. I don't know why I never got that. I have birds on my floor. So we got Microsoft Points card. All this very fun 2007 stuff, and it shows more accessories you could get. Hey, you just spent a lot of money, spend more money. And here is expand your experience. Oh, look, play games on Xbox Live? What you need is a memory card. Rip CDs. Man, that's what all the kids want to do now. And play custom soundtracks in your Xbox 360 games. You need a hard drive. Take your game saves everywhere you go. You need a memory unit, you damn unit. Damn it! You need just video chat over Xbox Live. You need the camera. These are all, like, this is probably, I can't do the math in my head right now, and I'm not going to look everything up on the internet. I'm just a man on the internet, but this is probably like a couple grand worth of stuff. Wait, does it show, where does it say get your HD DVDs? Please say HD. Oh, no, it doesn't. You don't? Oh. Make sure you get your HD DVD drive for your Xbox 360. That's the future. Tell your dad, let him know. Call him. I'll call my dad right now. Tell him. Hey, Dad. Yeah, I just want to let you know that HD DVD is the future. You should go buy an HD DVD drive. Get all those HD DVD movies. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for the phone call. It was great talking to you. I'm in a better mood now, Dad. Thanks. He said, don't ever watch my videos ever again, and that I'm a terrible person. That's what he said. All right, we got more. These are like installation directions, like we don't, it's not like we're using a relic from like 1967 like we know, we got the gist of this. If you want another video showing what's in here, let me know. All right, now let's get to the more interesting stuff here. Oh, we got this is the headset that I remember. I used this headset a lot. Let me feel how this feels on my big melon head. Oh my god. This is, how did I even deal with this? Did my head get bigger? Like, wait. Oh, I'm a moron. Here we are. Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Rich of ReviewTechUSA, just playing some Halo 3. Look at me. I'm poning noobs right now with my stylish wired headset. that's still better than the headset Sony gave you with the PS4. Like, I know the Xbox One, it didn't come with a headset, right? As far as I remember, but whatever that thing was, even if it did, but Sony, whatever that thing was, just why'd you even include it? It was insulting. That was like something I could get at the dollar store and plug into my PS4 as a headset. Stop it. Well, anyway, this is the headset right here. It didn't have an 1/8 inch. I believe it was smaller than 1/8 inch. So you couldn't just plug any headset into the bottom of a 360 controller. I'll try it right now to confirm. You have your mute button right here, and you have your volume button. So you could hear a bunch of people say really racist things during Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. I'm not exaggerating in the slightest. Ah, the glory days, huh? When people were allowed to be as terrible as they wanted to be. Oh, God. Human beings are awful. Let's see what we have in here. We got a really, really, really high quality, obviously not even HDMI 2.0 cable, but this is I never got one of these cables. Maybe this because this is an Elite, but this is a really nice HDMI cable. It's like better quality than a lot of the HDMI 2.1 cables that we have now. Okay. That is authentic. That will look nice being stuck into the back of the HDMI port on the CRT television I'm using with this, which is going to be pretty cool too. We're going to go real 2007 here, or 2008, whatever. We have, kind of shows what time we were in here. There were TVs I had in 2008 that, like I said, this is a component cable. Actually, I thought it was composite. It's actually component. So if you had an HD TV that only had analog component inputs, you wanted to get 1080i that way, had to use this. There you go. Component was clear for HD video, but the problem is that analog, if there was any kind of noise, like edges were softer than if you had 1080i on HDMI and 1080i on component. You could still see the difference that the image quality with HDMI was better, at least from what I've seen, but I'm just a man on the internet. So let's see, this is orange. Is this an Ethernet cable? Wow, this is a really, yes, it is an Ethernet cable. Man, this was, Elite is right. Let's see what this is. The 128 gigabyte model, by the way. We'll do a tour around of the box. I'll just do it backwards. I kind of forgot. Blame the birds. They're idiots. They sabotage me all the time. But we'll see what else we got in here. Let's see what this is actually. So if you wanted to get audio out of, if you, like, say you were using HDMI, but you wanted audio out to a different source, you could do it with this cable. So you had, this just gave you digital optical out and stereo audio if you wanted. Oh crap. There is a lot here. There is a lot here. It's a IEC power cable. It's a power cable. You got that. The power brick. The thing that would get nasty and dusty on the floor. And these, I have a love-hate relationship with power supplies. I haven't even been paying attention to the second camera. Hopefully my editor can use some of that footage, but if you can't, that's okay. I'm a man on the internet. Yeah, this was still... Now, the original Xbox One had an external power supply too, so let me make sure I put that out there. But this thing... These have fans in them. Sometimes that fan would go bad. At least some of the... I don't know. Yeah, there's vents in here. This has a fan. And yeah, that behemoth would sit on your floor. This is how they got... Microsoft was really trying to target Japan and make a sleek look on the 360. This was the magic trick back then that allowed them to do it, because they didn't have to put the power supply inside, so they could make it thinner, even though they didn't engineer it properly. And rushed it out, and there was still the red ring of death issue, which with the original fat models, I don't think this one, I will find out in post which model this is, but the later 360 fat models were okay, but a good portion of the original 360 fat models, the white ones, had the red ring of death. Some of the chips, if the temperature fluctuated enough, the BGA or ball grid array, which solders on the chip to the board, the motherboard would expand and contract, and the BGA would separate from the chip. That's what caused the red ring of death. Good job, Microsoft. 50% failure rate. Any other company that happened to, even Sony, it would bury them. Microsoft, because they have an OS monopoly, could trudge through it. But, ooh, man, a 50% failure rate on a product to any other company would be a death knell. But Microsoft grit their teeth through it and then came out with the Xbox 360S, which got rid of all of those issues. But anyway, so when you saw the Sleek for 2005, 360, where it was supposed to be breathing in, this is where it breathed it all into its ass out to this power supply. One of the main events here. This I'm actually excited for because this is one of my favorite controllers of all time. It's weird feeling. I have not felt one this new since I bought one, a console new. Oh man, it's still really comfortable. Is it as comfortable as I remember? It's feeling a little bit cheap. It doesn't feel as girthy as it used to. Let's continue. It doesn't feel as robust as I remember it, you know. It's kind of interesting how as standards change and things that you really enjoyed, you go back to them. This is a brand new controller, and it doesn't feel like sitting in the box caught up with it. It just, you know, the triggers, yeah, the springs aren't making any noise. They feel fine. They're perfectly responsive, but they feel just light and cheap and, at least at the time. I'm kind of changing my opinion now for this being my favorite controller of all time, holding it brand new in 2021. But even though this was my favorite controller of all time, worst D-pad ever. Hands down, worst D-pad of all time. You literally, it's so bad, you don't know what direction you're pushing in. The worst third-party D-pad from the worst no-name Chinese manufacturer out there probably, in my opinion, has a better D-pad than this. How Microsoft thought this was a good D-pad to ship a console with on the controller is baffling. But it was wireless. It still feels really good. Don't get me wrong. And it's going to be interesting to play games with this again if this console works. But it's not, sometimes nostalgia paints a rosier picture than the picture actually looked like. So good controller still, though, but times have changed. And now, do I have this up on there? Yes, I do. I'm a man. I am a man. This is the Xbox 360 Elite. This is black, as you could see. Great job, great review. What color is it, Rich? It's black, even though now in 2021, that Google would call this almost black or kind of sort of black, or maybe it's not black, but maybe it's just really deep ash because it's 2021. But hopefully this is a hint for what I think it's a hint for. Now, one of the things that people love about the Xbox 360 was its blade dashboard UI, where it literally looked like blades. It was easy to navigate, really well organized. It looked dated, but a lot of people would love to see a modernized version in a more contemporary version of that come out. So that'll be interesting too if we get the blades dashboard. This is a good sign right here, but I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, here is the Xbox 360 Elite, and I think this looks much nicer in black than it did in white. And there you go. Now the hard drive on here, there is your DVD. That was a not HD DVD. That was DVD. Wasn't Blu-ray either on the 360. That was your DVD slot for games, or tray for games, I should say. And on top here is the hard drive. It was a SATA hard drive, but it had a proprietary, someone is howling outside of my room right now. It had a proprietary connector, and still feels like it's in okay shape. Feels a little bit crunchy, the button there. And that's how, if you wanted to upgrade your hard drive. Now, in 2008, 120 gigs for a console was a huge amount of memory, a huge amount of storage. Now, imagine, not that they come with that much more than this, but imagine like the PS5 shipped with 120 gigabyte SSD in there. How would that work out? Ask your dad and tell him to get back to me. Thanks. All right, so there is your power button, which also lights up, and depending on how many wireless controllers you have connected to it, you'll have how many quadrants. There's 4 quadrants. You can connect 4 controllers. So there you go. Down here, you have USB-A ports 2.0 hidden behind this kind of inconvenient because you have to go deep back to get to the USB ports. Like, say you want to put a thumb drive in there. Little tray right here. I remember seeing a lot of people break this off, whether they did it on purpose or not. It was kind of a thing. Probably made it more convenient. Over here you have your controller connection button. And then you have your 2 memory card slots, because it was like at the tail end of where consoles were still using memory cards. So this kind of faded away towards the end. And you have an IR sensor, because there was a remote control for this. And you have 2 memory card units. You have your connection button. You have your eject for the DVD-ROM tray. And you have a picture of Phil Spencer shirtless behind the console. No, you don't. That's a lie. That would be nice, though. No, what you have behind here is you have HDMI out. Keep in mind the 360, I believe I said this before, but if I didn't, the 360 did not ship when it launched with HDMI. It just had the multi-AV out, the proprietary one. You have that AV out above, and you have another USB-A port on the back, and then you have Ethernet below this, which if you didn't get the wireless adapter, that was the only way you were getting internet, because there was no Wi-Fi built into the original FAT 360 models. So there you go. That is Microsoft's 7th gen console, which for most of that generation outsold Sony. At the 11th hour, the PS3, because Sony did a great job turning around the PS3, a complete 180, outsold the 360, but it really wasn't until the very end that happened. But now I am going to go hook this up to my CRT and see how this works. I'm very interested, and hopefully this isn't broken, because that would suck. Did I mention I spent way too much money on this? I am excited, though. Let's go. I'm going to shut up now. Okay, I don't think you could get any more mid-2000s than this setup. The Xbox 360 Elite I have here is a Falcon revision, or Falcon model, from looking on the power supply, where it has the amperage of 14.2 amps, I believe. If that's incorrect, I'll have it with like subtext in the video. And from what I saw, it's a Falcon, and Falcon actually was pretty reliable, except for the first batches of Falcon revisions that were put on the market. So there you go. It's not a Jasper, unfortunately, but Falcons were pretty good. As you see on the back of the TV here via B-roll, that there is an HDMI input on the back of this TV, and I have the HDMI out from the Xbox 360 going into it. So this is like peak mid-2000s gaming right here, if this all works. I still have no idea. Luckily, as you see here, the power supply has the standby light on there. That's a good sign, as is on top of my cable box that I never use. And I even have, I should say, the Energizer batteries that I am not going to use because they are from like 2014. So that's not going to happen. Here they are, both of them. They're not leaking. You know why? Because how often do you find these? This is brand new, obviously, because I bought this damn thing new in box. But how often do you find these in this condition anymore? You don't. So I don't want to, have potentially old leaky batteries inside of that 360 controller, which is, that gray is pretty ugly on this. I forgot to mention that in the unboxing. That's so mid to late 2000s. Anyway, all right, so I have a fresh pair I have the system, as you see here, plugged in, powered up and everything. And I have a pair of fresh AA's right here. Loving the autofocus on this iPhone 13. Anyway, so I'll show you how they go in. Pretty straightforward here. Focus, plus and minus. You put one where it says plus. You have the minus phasing. And then you... Can I do this in front of the camera without spazzing out? Can I? Yeah, well, here. Here. There you go. There you go. Oh, man. Okay, I'm actually I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous right now. A 13-year-old new in-box Xbox 360. Will it power on? Oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. Here we go, here we go. Where's the remote for the TV? Okay. I found the damn remote. Here it is. This is another very mid-2000s looking accessory. Let's even see if this Sony TV, I haven't basically turned it on since that I've used it a couple times actually, but a couple months I haven't tried it, so please work. Bing. What do we get? What do we get? Oh my God! And all right, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to fix the shutter speed. And it's blades! It's blades! Well, I will be damned. Here I am sitting with an Xbox 360 Elite with the blades dashboard. Since this was made in 2008, I was thinking it would have had a newer UI, but apparently it doesn't. Now, I'm sorry if everything looks kind of dark. This is how I had to do it to actually get it to... CRTs are tough to record. And to get it to even look like this was a decent amount of work. So I'm actually surprised it looks this good. So here we are, man. I'm in the setup right now. Obviously, I'm not going to put this thing online. I don't really care to. It's 2021. If I want to play games online, I have a billion other newer platforms to do that on. But let's go through here, man. Let me see what 720p looks like. I think that actually kind of looks better. Oh, we have a video! Let's check this out. Okay.
Science.
Ah.
We have much to thank science for. But as we only have a short time together, for now let us just thank science for your new Xbox 360.
Thank you, science. I was nervous that this thing was not even going to start. Now here is the billion-dollar question, kids. Does it actually read games? Which I have games, by the way. I'm going to try one first, then I'll tell you which games I have, and I'll show some gameplay from each one. Please, God, let it read discs. So, I'm actually getting ahead of myself here. Sorry about that. I was about to start gaming. So, everything works. The DVD-ROM drive works perfectly. I was afraid maybe the laser over time. Who knows where this thing was stored, even though it's new in box. May have failed, reads games effortlessly, put a brand new copy of Fear in there. But before I actually start gaming, one of the things I'm sure you guys are going to want to see is this is the Blades dashboard that the 360 launched with. And a lot of people said this was the best UI that Microsoft ever had for their consoles. Yeah, I kind of agree. Even in 2021, and looking at it on this TV right now, it actually looks really clean. And if they found a way to incorporate like Xbox Game Pass and things into a dashboard like this, I really think that it would go over well. Because I just feel like Microsoft's dashboard now is just not great. But anyway, let's start from, we have the marketplace here. Obviously, I'm not going to put this online. I don't want to. I'm hoping none of the games that I have will have like the newer UIs or newer dashboards on them. I did hear that was a rumor, but we'll find out. But this is where the marketplace was. Obviously, I'm not going to join Xbox Live because that would immediately update this Xbox and get rid of the Blades dashboard, and I don't need a 360 online. You have your Xbox Live to show your gamer score, and Microsoft was just so ahead of the games. You have chat and IM here, where if you signed in, which I'm not going to sign in, so we'll just have to leave that to wonder what that's about. But they were so ahead of what Sony was doing with PlayStation Network at the time, and Nintendo, forget about it. So, I mean, Microsoft was just so ahead with online gaming. And games you'd have here, your achievements, the games you've played, Xbox Live Arcade. There was a time that you didn't download, like now you could download even on the 360 AAA games and buy them, but you didn't do that back then. There was like a limitation to how big games could be. That just popped in my head now. I'll put like some B-roll here or maybe some text overlay saying what the limit was if I could find it. But yeah, it was called Xbox Live Arcade, and demos. That's when, demos were still a thing. We were kind of going out of that era where demos actually came on physical discs. But yeah, this is a different time, man. You got your achievements here, media. I remember on the Blades dashboard, I believe it was the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Departed, that I actually purchased and watched on my 360, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm watching a movie I just downloaded over the internet legally. This is the future. Man, little did I know how much of the future it really was. But you have pictures, video. It's, I mean, some of this stuff is dated, but I just think this is just really cool. Then you have your system settings, like console settings here. I'm running at 720p. I think it looks a little cleaner than 1080i. Dolby Digital. You have your themes here. Did it come with any themes on here? Let's do the glass theme. What does that look like? Actually, that looks kind of cool. I like that. What other themes we got? Let's see the other themes we got here. Xbox 360. What is that one? The default one. Themes. Let's see. Carbon. That's cool too. Why did they should have just evolved the Blades dashboard, man. EA. We have an EA theme on there. Here we go. Let's see what other themes we have here. Gears of War theme. Oh, that looks pretty cool. And then we got Gun. Oh yeah, Gun was like one of the launch games for the 360, wasn't it? Yeah, it was one of the... There, you have a Gun theme. This is all out of the box, too. Halo. Let's see what Halo is. I know what Halo is, but let's see what the theme is. And that's underwhelming. Okay, I was expecting a little... Maybe is there something like, do they change as you go through the Blades? Kind of. Ah, there we go. Master Chief is looking like a snack. Look at him. This D-pad is tits up. I'm gonna have to open this controller and fix it. All right, this is pretty cool. Okay, so the dashboards are a little more authentic than I thought. So let's see here. So let's go to console settings. So they have a little bit more effort put into them. This is, man, I used to think this console was fast. What is InnerServe? I don't know what that... Oh, I don't know what the hell it is, but it looks pretty badass, though. Look at that. This is so cool, man. This is so cool. Let's see what else. I'm just having a field day with this. I'm not gonna waste everyone's time and sit here all day just with the friggin' themes, but I'll try one more theme. Let's do one more. Let's see. Tony Hawk. Let's do Tony Hawk. That is Tony Hawk. That is a caricature of Tony Hawk. I can confirm that. There is a skateboard. with a man on it. There is another man looking like he is that is a constipated man. And there is another man who is probably going to have that skateboard slam right into his balls right there. And then we have, that's just Xbox Live, okay. All right, we're going to go with this theme. And then we have our network settings and all this Xbox Live Vision. I don't have that. Computers, I think you could use this as like a media hub. Yeah, you could have used this as like a media hub back in the day. Network settings. I'm not connecting this to the network. So I don't really... So stuff. Okay, let's play video games. All right, this is one of my all-time favorites, Fear. We'll do some instant action because we need some instant action because this game starts off kind of slow. So. Oh man, I still love this game. How is it looking on there? The auto aim was always weird in this. It's like too jumpy. Oh shit. And here is another classic Left 4 Dead 2 on the Xbox 360. What do we have over here? Katana. Yes, I will take your katana. Yeah. There you go. Alright, this is Left 4 Dead 2 for the Xbox 360. Still a decent experience, but a potato of a PC can play this game now. You're better off playing it on PC at this point, but super nostalgia playing it on this original hardware, though. So let's move on. Alright, man, here is holy nostalgia trip in more ways than one with this. This is Halo 3 for the Xbox 360. Kind of wish you could go back in time to re-experience things that this game, playing it again like this, the memories that it conjures up. So, Halo 3, Xbox 360, and how am I getting lost right now in a game that I've played probably about 6,000 times, this specific area especially. And last, but definitely not least, we have Gears of War for the 360. I remember seeing this part and seeing the ragdoll physics on that carcass there, kind of like, oh my god, it's so realistic. Yeah, that's great. Let's see. Alright, let's see how I do here. Let's bring this home, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the 360 and why it was so important to me to get this system and why I'm so excited I have one of these that's working perfectly. So, it was interesting doing this unboxing, and it really brought me on a nostalgia trip that I didn't think you would get from a console that you purchased. I was gonna be 26 when I got the 360, so the amount of nostalgia I got from this thing is pretty incredible for getting a console in adulthood. The 360 isn't my favorite console of all time. That's not the reason that I wanted to get this new in box, and there were plenty of other consoles that I could have gotten new in box that would have garnered a bunch of views. That wasn't my main intention with this. What really made me want to unbox this is that if it wasn't for me impulse buying the Xbox 360 from Toys R Us after I left my new job at the time for the day, and when I drove there, if it wasn't for me actually getting this as an impulse buy, I don't think I would be doing this now as a living. I really don't. It was just, hey, I got some money to burn, and I haven't really gamed that often in a real long time. Let me see what this Gears of War and this 360 is about. And it made me realize again how much I missed gaming and how much I loved gaming. I remember trying the demo of Fear, and I remember playing Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 with my friend Sean when we both got laid off at the same time, and especially Halo 3. You know, I was going through a really crazy time in my life and was newly single, newly laid off, and if it wasn't for those sessions I would have playing Halo 3, and I was in a dark place at that time, you know, and it was this console even though the Switch is still my favorite console of all time, it was this console that said, hey, maybe I should just, for the hell of it, just review some games because I have nothing else to do, and upload the reviews to YouTube and upload other random crap to YouTube. It was all inspired by Mark from Classic Game Room and inspired by me acquiring the Xbox 360, which in turn rekindled my love for gaming. Again, this isn't my favorite console of all time, but if I didn't buy this system on a whim and fall in love with gaming again, who knows where the hell I would have been. So this console holds a special place with me because it, in a way, even though it's not my favorite console, did change my life and put me in the right direction to get me where I'm at now. So, thank you, Microsoft. It's kind of weird to say that, but it's true. So I hope you enjoyed this new in-box unboxing of the Xbox 360, and sometimes the strangest things send you on weird paths in life that were places that you wanted to be. This is Rich of ReviewTechUSA signing out. Have a good one.
Woo!